gentlemen, boys and girls, hockey fans of all ages, hello and welcome into the Rockland Ice Arena for tonight's MIAA ice hockey matchup. It is a little bit of a border rivalry tonight. We've got the West East Bridgewater Hockey Club and the Abington Green Wave. As always, I'm Mad Dog Matt Nelson. Pleasure to be joined alongside tonight by the one and the only Tony Patetti. Tony, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me.
It is a lot of familiarity between these two teams. Tony, they all played Eagles together.
Yes, they did. It's great to see these guys beat on each other for an hour and a half, score goals, take penalties, do whatever, and then don't be surprised if you see them all gathering together for a bunch of pictures afterwards. It's what makes hockey players hockey players. They know how to turn it on and then turn it off, and some of these guys are hanging together over the summers, so pretty cool to see.
Let's meet tonight's starting lines. First for the visiting West East Bridgewater Hockey Club. Top line center is Brett Peterson. He is surrounded by Matt Martineau and Kyle McDonald. Your son Anthony Patetti is centering the second line. His wings are Tyler Henderson and Luke Perry. Christian Bates, third line center. Bryce Layton and Brian Westerland are the wingers there. Brody Doucette is the fourth line center. Casey Fortier and Jack Pimentel are his wingers. The defensive pairings for West East Bridgewater: Ben Fuller is with Caleb Silva, Evan Brew is with Aiden Baldner, and Jason Hughes is the fifth defenseman. The goalie is Braden Bates.
Well, I got to say, that was an extremely weak penalty right off the bat.
That will send Abington to the power play, a very dangerous unit. That is led by the top line of Jake Quinn, Evan St. Martin, and Hunter Grafton. Centering the second line tonight, Colin Crocker. Him and Declan McCarthy have switched sides, so we'll keep an eye on that. The lone defenseman is making his return to action tonight, Zach Buchagras. St. Martin on the far half wall. He lost an edge.
It's kind of what happened on the penalty.
Holding now, long saucer pass over to Quinn and looking for the back door.
That was
Sam
a heck
McDonald.
of a setup. Heck of a setup.
Back on the rotation, Buchagras down to St. Martin at the face-off dot. His shot stick save by Bates, and the rebound score, Hunter Grafton.
WEB fails to clear. All they had to do is just take a high glass and just poked in the rebound. Good movement by Abington on the power play.
Another look. The initial pass down low from Buchagras. Kind of ping-ponged around in front of Bates. Found the back of the net. 1-0 Green Wave on top. 13:45 to go. First period.
And this has been par for the course for a WEB. Slow starting team every night.
Green Wave 1-for-1 on the power play. Now let's meet their even strength lines now that we're back to 5-on-5. Jake Quinn is the first line center, surrounded by Evan St. Martin and Hunter Grafton. Colin Crocker is centering the second line. His wings, Declan McCarthy, Sam McDonald. Campino is the third line center. John McGrath and Matthew Grafton on his sides. Colin McDermott is the fourth line center. Amani De Jesus and Sean Duggan are the wingers there. The defensive pairings, again, making his return to action tonight. Zach Buchagras, he's with Eric Wilkinson. Jonathan Halpin is with Aiden Powers. Nicholas Harris is with Jacob Whitman. The goaltender is Spencer Merrick. He's got a .913 save percentage on the season, a 2.71 goals against average, Tony.
Spencer's a heck of a goalie. I mean, it's every night this team has a chance to win, and it starts with goaltending.
The Green Wave's last game was a defeat against Silver Lake on New Year's Eve. Spencer Merrick had more than 50 saves in that effort as the Lakers fired off 85 total shots.
That's insane.
5-2 the final score in that one. Could have been a lot worse.
WEB just getting beat to every puck right now.
With the wraparound out in front for Butchergross, and he tips it home for the goal. Always got to be careful, Tony, of the Quinn wraparound. Anytime he's got the puck in Gretzky's office, it's a threat.
I've seen it for years. And WEB is about as flat as you can possibly be right now.
Let's take another look. Quinn right out in front. Bates never saw it. Butchergross tapped it 5-hole. And the Green Wave up 2-0. How about Butchergross? A goal in his first game this season. St. Martin in the high slot shoots too wide to the left. Grafton the offensive rebound. Quinn finds it at the face-off dot. Cross into the slot is not successful to St. Martin. Green Wave still pressuring, though, and St. Martin's able to at least tip it in the neutral zone and get it back to Eric Wilkinson.
That's interference right there, but no call.
Collision in the neutral zone, and
Refs gets in the way.
that's the second time the refs had an impact down in the Green Wave's defensive zone. Wilkinson finds it out front, and he backhands out to center. The puck hopped off of the ref's skates, 2 skates on the far side on WEB's last offensive rush. That's Peterson sending it across the neutral zone for the dump in. WEB changes out their forward line. Good passing through the neutral zone for the Green Wave. Sam McDonald, however, was pickpocketed, and WEB's got numbers, but making a little bit of interference on the play was in Powers. WEB still gets the shot off, however. Spencer Merrick there for the stop, and now Abington's got numbers the other way.
Got Patetti on defense tonight.
Circling the offensive zone. That is Anthony Patetti.
Try for
Out
a tip
in front,
there.
he
Can't
lost
get
an
it.
edge right in front of the WEB bench and slid awkwardly, and she is skating gingerly back to the WEB bench. We'll keep an eye on Anthony Patetti. Very cold in this rink. It's a decent ice surface. However, when you get caught in the snow in front of the bench. 9:52 to go. A long stretch, Tony, here of end-to-end action with no whistles.
Yeah. What I'm noticing about Abington is, sometimes when you have a layoff, you don't know how you're going to come out. And the layoff, they're fresh. You can tell their legs are moving. They're beating WB to every single puck right now. And WB's just skating around in circles. They just, got to kind of regroup and get things going. But Abington looks to be controlling most of the play right here.
The Green Wave were banged up before that little New Year's break. They've had about 12 straight days off after their last game on New Year's Eve. Grafton floats it to the corner for Butchergross. And the Green Wave able to squeeze it out of the zone. Here goes Evan St. Martin in with speed. His shot, glove save, Bates. The rebound out to the faceoff dot.
Peterson in after it.
Able to get a shot on net. As everybody on the Green Wave bench was ducking for cover, expecting the deflection. 8:40 to go. About 3.5 straight minutes of non-stop action. This one floated in, gathered by Patetti. Crocker dumps it in, deflected off of the skate of Ben Fuller.
WB needs to do a better job of finding sticks.
Popped up on Bates, and he's able to hold on.
That's
for the
a
first
tough puck
whistle.
to handle. It was a good save by Bates.
Green Wave forcing a couple of turnovers there in the offensive end that led to that opportunity.
They got a good forecheck going.
2-0. We are about halfway through the first period, 8:12 to go. This is Matt Martineau. He's got 8 points so far this season. WB's got an overall record of 5-3-0. The Green Wave, the deflection out in front. Colin Crocker couldn't find a follow-up chance. Abington is 2-5 and lost a couple of close ones here in the Cashman tournament, including that 2-1 defeat against Rockland. Now getting tied up in interference or perhaps a hook, and then a follow-up and whistles all around.
Foolish play. Looks like they're probably going to negate a power play right there.
Powers will go for the initial interference. That was Martineau that got dragged down in front.
Yep.
And the follow-up retaliation board will go to third line left winger Brian Westerland.
Yeah, just really no need for it. They were going on the power play and back turned to the boards, and not really sure what WB was thinking there.
So we'll remain 5-on-5 here, and it might be a little bit more than 2 minutes before those guys exit the box if plays in action. They are stuck in the sin bin. Out in front, an opportunity right off the bat for WEB. Quinn able to pirouette and get it to Hunter Grafton for the zone entry. His backhander from the high slot above the hash marks went wide. Now WEB back the other way. It is Kyle McDonald. McDonald picked up by Luke Perry. Perry lost it in the corner. Now it's Evan St. Martin, the long stretch pass to Hunter Grafton. Grafton finds a seam in, and the rebound attempt for St. Martin is stopped by Bates. Tony, that line's dangerous. Grafton's got 4 goals, 7 assists. Quinn's got 6 goals, 7 assists, and St. Martin has 6 goals and 3 assists. None of them are below a plus 11.
Well, that's the key, right? You don't need to be scoring 20, 30 points if you got a bunch of points spread out by 3 different guys with a plus-minus over 10. You know, it's not just about scoring goals. It's about if you're letting them up or not. And judging by what I've seen so far by the forecheck, you can see why that plus-minus is where it is. WB is just confused, just not in the right frame of mind right now. Definitely need some things to be fixed.
Weird stretch. The player's still in the penalty box. Another turnover. This time Grafton comes up with it. His shot finds its way through. Halpin will pick it up at the point. He'll fire a shot that is blocked down. Nicely squeezing the wickets was Caleb Silva. Buchagras gathers. 6:09 to go in the first period. Sam McDonald riding along with Declan McCarthy playing the center wing there. Now Patetti makes a nice stick move. Fires a shot in on Merrick. It's in his pads. He gets his glove down for the stop.
Well, they got to get a goal somehow. Got to shoot some pucks. Really haven't had that many shots. It was a decent shot. Merrick there for the save.
Another look. Good zone entry by Anthony Patetti. Fired the shot on. I think Merrick was expecting it to have a little height. It ultimately got stuck under his leg, and immediately another save. .546 to go. The draw won by Luke Perry. Someone lost their twig. That was Cullen Crocker. He gets it back. Now McDonald trying to tip it out into the neutral zone. He is prevented from doing so. And now it inadvertently bounces out off of, let's see, looked like Christian Bates. Number 3. That's Evan Brew, defenseman. Now is Christian Bates firing a shot into Spencer Merrick's glove.
Yeah, Bates got a really good shot, but from out there on Merrick, I don't see too many of those going in.
Perry in for the face-off again. He's got 5 goals, 10 assists 15 points here in 8 games so far.
Yeah, Luke's having a great year. You know, him and Patetti have been working pretty good together. Been moving positions all over the place. Luke's been playing wing, been playing center. Patetti's been playing center, wing, defense. So kind of goes with the game flow, but they're all seem to be getting their points, but usually happens in little spurts.
Let's see, there's a hook called on Kyle McDonald here. He was in the neutral zone. Let's see if we can pick that up here. Just out of frame, away from the puck. So Abington back to the power play. They are 1 for 1 so far. Quinn looking to make it a second into the glove of Bates.
Yeah, Bates has been busy here. Too busy. Too many clean looks at the net.
Another face-off win. Back to Butchergross. He's looking high slot for Hunter Grafton. Didn't connect. McDonald circles back out. Quinn firing the one-timer from the near side face-off. Now Grafton found it in front, and the shot went wide. The net is off of its moorings. A couple grade A opportunities there for Abington.
Again, too clean a look. They're too open.
4:48 remaining in the first period. Another offensive zone face-off here on the man advantage for the Green Wave. Quinn able to win it back. The shot, stick saved by Bates, and quickly and wisely covering up. We'll reset and do it again. Still 90 seconds remaining on the Abington power play. Almost a trip there on the goaltender Bates as he now lost his stick. It's behind the net.
Someone needs to help him out.
Save.
Just get it out. There you go.
And they do. Good clear there. That was either Patetti or Peterson.
It was Patetti on the clear. Peterson tried to get the puck. Errant passes, though. Yeah, got to start finding sticks with these.
Grafton gains the zone to the middle, looking for Quinn. Tipped away. Grafton finds it again. That's a puck that if you're WEB, you have to pounce on.
Yep.
Green Wave reset. Grafton has to double up, and that is offsides. They will do it again at center.
Patetti tried to get a step. I think if he could have got it through the legs there, he might have been gone, but I don't know if he realized that the player would have been offsides if they carried it back into the zone. That's why he took the chance. Couldn't tell you what runs through these guys' heads sometimes, but it very well could have been what he was thinking.
45 seconds to go on the Abington power play. This one all the way back to Merrick. He plays it behind his cage. Halpin. A little bit of pressure and a takeaway by number 5. That is Bryce Layton. Wilkinson gathers at his defensive blue line. Now gives over to Matthew Grafton, the freshman. He gets taken down on the end wall. Shaking the puck loose was Evan Brew, and he gains possession and flings it all the way down the river as the power play expires. Crocker might have had an opportunity to set up in the offensive zone, instead opted for the dump and chase. Wilkinson off the boards, and back the other way is Patetti. Patetti far side half wall. Indirect self pass. Crocker got there first. And Kyle McDonald has possession, but he was unable to keep it in the offensive zone. Now long stretch pass was tipped by Aiden Powers, so he'll chase it back to his end wall. Up to Evan St. Martin. He's got Quinn streaking center. Hopped off of Quinn's stick. Out to the high slot for Grafton. He shoots and scores.
WEB is a lost team right now. They're a lost team in this first period.
Another look, Quinn behind the net. looking initially for St. Martin, but Grafton found it spun around, and Bates wasn't expecting the shot. Went right underneath his blocker side.
And that all started in the Abington defensive zone, where if WEB gets to that puck, that stretch pass doesn't happen.
Icing waved off here.
They're getting beat to pucks. Plain and simple.
2-on-1 is prevented by the stick, and then Halpin has to jump back on sides. St. Martin dumps down low. Halpin going to get there first. Another example, it ping-pongs out to Quinn. Watch out, 5-hole. It was sitting on the goal line, and it was dumped all the way down the river.
Good play by Fuller to recognize that thing going in and getting it out before any more damage has been done in this catastrophic first period for the WB.
Let's see exactly what happened there. Quinn shoots it right here. It beats Bates' 5-hole, sitting on the end line. And a very alert WEB defenseman able to find it, and you got to take the icing at that point. Reset everything in the defensive end. 1:34 to go in the first period. Declan McCarthy in for the offensive zone face-off. It is won by Peterson. Now WB looking for the long pass, and it is icing on as Martineau couldn't get there first. Come back down and do it again now. 1:26 to go. WB winning the face-off. Weird bounce off of a stanchion. Picked up by Westerland on the far side. And WB has the zone. Peterson firing a cross-slot pass that was deflected to the end boards.
And something like that pass needs to be made, and it wasn't.
1 minute to go, first period. Crocker with it. He'll fire it off of the boards for Sam McDonald. He's got Declan McCarthy. McCarthy takes the hit by Patetti to move the puck down further deep. The wraparound opportunity, it's hopping. And WEB able to clear it all the way down the river. It will not have enough gas for icing. Spencer Merrick playing the puck to center for Hunter Grafton. Now McCarthy with some room on the far side. His shot off of the knob of the stick of Bates and out with 31 seconds. Another defensive zone win for WEB. 25 seconds to go in the first period. Halpin able to keep it in the zone. 3-on-1. WEB can't clear it out. Now St. Martin's throw into the crease. Found the stick of Bates to the end boards. A shot and a whistle with 5 seconds to go. The net was shaken loose again.
Yeah, and that play again started from trying to stick in on your own zone. You're in a less than 10 seconds. You're not having the best period. You just got to be clearing pucks out.
A shot in. Bates had to make the last second save at the buzzer. 3-0. Abington on top.
Yep, all green wave this period.
A couple of goals by their top line. Quick one on the power play. Grafton with the latest. It is 3-0 at the end of the first. We'll step aside, take a quick break, and bring you the second period of action right after this. Hello and welcome back into the Rockland Dice Arena for second period action between the West East Bridgewater Hockey Club and the Abington Green Wave. Once again, I'm Mad Dog Matt Nelson. Pleasure to be joined alongside by Tony Patetti. The score is 3-0 for the Green Wave. In the first period, 3 different goal scorers for Abington, and one of those goals coming on the power play, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, Abington definitely controlled the period. They had way more looks, getting people to the net. Getting open and just stretching the ice. And that's what it's all about, is stretching the ice. And Abington's beating WB to pucks right now. Hopefully the WB side comes out and gets us more pucks and actually makes this thing into a game, and we'll have something to be talking about in the second, third period.
If you're Coach Mike D'Erico, what are you telling your team in that intermission?
I'm telling them to keep composed only because this is a team that comes back a lot. They play from behind a lot. They usually have a shaky first period, not quite as shaky as this, but it is a team that can score goals in bunches. You can see by the score sheet, but they got to kind of find their way and put something together, and you got to kind of knock it off one goal at a time. I know it sounds cliche, but it's 100% true.
Meanwhile, if you are Coach Brian Woodford's Abington Green Wave, pretty much a perfect period. You beat every puck race it seemed. You got 3 goals, numerous other scoring opportunities. You're 1 for 2 on the power play. If you're Coach Brian Woodford, what are you telling your team in the break to keep the momentum going?
I'm saying don't take your foot off the gas. Anybody that knows the MIAA power system rankings, you just don't let up. They made that rule that way, so if I'm coaching that team, I'd be like, I want to get 7 goals, go up 7-0 before I start playing, third and fourth lines and taking it easy a little bit. So, like I said, if I'm coaching that team, I don't let up one bit. I go right at them just like I did in the first period.
Quinn chasing to the end wall. In with Patetti. Those two guys very familiar with each other. Grafton out in front on the backhand as Quinn kind of shielded it towards him. Good save there by Bates. Braden Bates entered today with 5 wins on the season. 3.22 goals against average, 891 save percentage. WB's offsides here. They will tag up. And here goes Crocker in with speed. Crocker tees it up, shoots into the glove of Braden Bates, who holds for the stoppage.
One thing I am noticing about WEB is they are backing off in the neutral zone and letting Abington carry the play in. So whether they want to make a rush, take a shot, or find an open wing on the opposite side, they're being allowed to do that right now. No one's stepping up and standing anybody up at the blue line.
Crocker to take the face-off help and able to shield it down, but 2-on-1 breaking the other way for WEB. The shot is saved by Merrick. It came from the stick of Christian Bates.
Good hard shot, but right at him. You got to pick our corners on that one.
Merrick played shot all the way. This one guided to the end wall. Powers the first man there. Powers feathers it up for Sam McDonald. McDonald tried the stick move, and he could not get around number 10, Ben Fuller. Oh, might have hit the bottom of the netting. Back the other way is Bryce Layton. McDonald now far side half wall right in front of the WEB bench. Declan McCarthy deflected it right past the stick of Evan Brew. Now a puck battle on the end wall. Halpin still fighting for it. It's chipped out, hops over Quinn's stick, but he's able to keep it in. Now Declan McCarthy cannot do the same, and WEB has it. They gain the offensive zone. It is Christian Bates. Bates spins off at the end wall. It's taken there by Jake Quinn.
Bates looked like he had a little bit of indecision on that rush, whether he was going to shoot it or pass it, and kind of just waited, and Abington stepped up, kind of got a deflection on it.
Best chance of the game so far for WEB, Tony, was that 2-on-1, but Bates just fired it right at the chest of Spencer Merrick. He'll make that save. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. I mean, they did a good job of taking away the wing for the open pass, and Bates saw his shot, took it, just happened to go right in the stomach of Merrick.
Quinn trying to chase it down. Icing waved off. His pass out in front for St. Martin was deflected just wide of the right post. St. Martin holding on to possession, however, trying to feed Butchergross coming down the near side slot. Now St. Martin racing towards it in the far side corner.
Yeah, Webb just chasing.
St. Martin fighting off 3 Webb players. And it eventually bounces in. A wonky one. Bates never saw it, that's for sure. Let's see what happened there.
That's what you do. You throw the puck at the net. You never know what's going to happen.
St. Martin leading the line, so we'll credit him with the goal. Quinn had it in his favorite spot, forward of the goal line. And he backhanded it off of one of Webb's players out in front. It then hit the top of the pillow of Bates and deflected through his legs in.
And they got Patetti moved back up to center in his natural spot. Probably should have happened at the beginning of the period, but we'll see if this does anything.
That shot by him off the outside of the post. 10:48 to go. It is 4-0. Green Wave on top. Sam McDonald looking for Declan McCarthy. It is slapped down by Aiden Powers, who is able to play the puck. Another weird battle for a puck that is won by Abington here, Tony.
Yep, I mean, they're getting to the pucks. A quick shot by Bates, blocked.
To the corner, out in front for
Parry
Patetti.
with a great pass. Patetti tried to one-time it, just hopped up off his stick. Great pass by Luke Parry.
McDonald able to scoop it up and out of the zone with 10 minutes to go here in the second.
And you normally don't think time is of the essence with 10 minutes left in the second, but when you're down 4-0, it kind of is.
Patetti out in front. He's robbed by
What
Merrick.
a save. Wow.
Highway robbery by the Green Waves senior goaltender.
That's a huge stop.
We'll take another look. Great pass out in front. Good job by Patetti to settle that puck down and get the opportunity. Great shot, better save. Best chance of the day for WEB.
Yeah, by far.
St. Martin gains the zone. He fires off of the helmet of Bates. Quinn gathers in the rebound, throws it across the slot. Nobody on the receiving end. Butchergross dumps it back down low. Quinn for it there. And now taken by Kyle McDonald. Iced by WEB.
Yeah, little things like that. You know, just can hit that stick on that left wing. That might become a 2-on-2 or a 2-on-1. Just a little bit too hard, goes for an icing call. And now they're backed up in their own zone again.
Quinn in for the offensive zone faceoff. That is won by Peterson. Martineau had trouble with it on the near side half wall. Another takeaway by the Green Wave in the offensive zone. Wilkinson fires on net. That goes high of the crossbar. And Butchergross will deflect the breakout pass. Now Quinn has it. Watch out. He's got some fancy stick moves. He's taking it towards net, trying to stuff it in the far side post. Bates
get
able
that puck
to
up on the 3-on-2. Got to get it up. Got to
Bates
make a move.
Sealed off there. Now Peterson shoots it, is popped up and lands in the near side face-off dot. St. Martin around the boards, unable to be held in by Caleb Silva, and icing called against the Green Wave. Grafton couldn't cut the angle.
Good shot by Peterson. It's really what you have to do against Merrick. You got to get some traffic in front of him and try and hope that you get a lucky bounce or a tip or a deflection or something.
Campino in to take this defensive zone draw. Rolls all the way down again. Icing waved off.
WEB beat to another puck.
Campino getting spun around far side corner. Sam McDonald couldn't seal off the end wall, and now WEB back the other way It is Luke Perry gaining the zone. His shot, a stick save by Merrick. The rebound, chance blocked down in front. Halpin got a piece of it.
Good shot by Luke. Good follow-up by Patetti. Good block by Halpin.
Now Perry gains the zone once again. His pass for Patetti. It finds Bates out in front. Another great stop by Merrick.
Again, right at him. Not going to get those against Spencer. You need to pick a corner.
Oh, look, good passing through the offensive zone. Through clogged lanes. Patetti found it out in front. Then I think he was thinking shot. It deflected off a Halpin, and finding it there was Bates.
WEB showing some life here offensively. And maybe sometimes a good offense can make up for some defense because they seem to be controlling a little bit more than Abington in the last 5 minutes.
Defensive zone face-off, won by WB. A shot blocked right off of that face-off. Wilkinson now deflects it to the end wall. It's a foot race to the far half wall, and Abington comes up with the loose puck. Quinn trying to settle it in the neutral zone, taken by Bates. Line's all in a blender here for WEB from what we were given pregame.
Oh, yeah, they definitely mixed it all up. I think they started out with a more of a defensive lineup. Didn't really work out the way they wanted, and then just kind of put Patetti and Perry back together. Threw Bates up there, who's sometimes a third-line center, recognizing the fact that they're down by 4 and they need the next goal.
Quinn on the near side wall. Ping-pongs through the zone for Wilkinson. Now Buchagras. His shot fired wide. Buchagras fires it off of the post on the right side.
And just Perry had Patetti. Didn't see him. Frustrating. Frustration took over and just tried for a clear, taking the icing call.
See it again. Buchagras just firing it in. A lot of traffic out in front. Bates had 2 men in front of him and just off of the outside of the posts.
Yeah, it's textbook hockey. Throw a bunch of guys in front of the net, get it to your point, throw it on net. Another half inch to the left, and that's a goal.
WEB winning the face-off, and then a collision between Halpin and Matt Martineau. Oh, a big hit, and no call. As that was number 21 getting level, John McGrath, into the near side boards. Everybody pops right back up, though.
A lot of odd man rushes by Bing right now.
Colin Crocker for the offensive zone face-off in on Bates, who has to cover up. And now pleasantries exchanged. We'll have offsetting minors. Looks like as
I don't
Crocker
know.
headed in.
Again, I mean, they took one stab at the goalie. Defenseman steps in, rights that problem, and then a second player jumps in and takes another shot at the defenseman. I don't
call
know.
the retaliation every time.
Yeah.
Ben Fuller is the offending WEB player. So we'll play 5-on-5, similar to the first period.
Fuller's one of their better defensemen, so it's definitely tough to lose him, even if it is matching.
Offsetting penalties for discussing what they did over the New Year's break, Crocker and Fuller. Old friends, and some more chirping going on.
They look like they're getting along. They might be talking about next week's chess match. And looks like Dorico's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, cooler heads need to prevail. There's a lot of talking down on the ice. 6:05 to go in the second period. Abington leads it 4-0 over West East Bridgewater. It has been an interesting one.
You know, being from the visiting school, I'll give it to Abington. I mean, they are doing all the right things. All the right things. Textbook hockey. I cannot find a mistake. Not yet.
Meanwhile, they've done a pretty good job of shutting down the offensive powerhouses for WEB. They've come alive a little bit the last couple of minutes, Tony.
Yeah, once they switched Pachetti off of defense and had a little bit of urgency, loaded up the first two lines. Right now, it looks like DeRico's probably going to ride his horses for the rest of the game. A lot of chances there. You know, again, you spot Merrick a 4-0 lead. It's a pretty big hole to dig out of.
Top line's out. Peterson in for the draw against Evan St. Martin. Took that one. Shot in. Bates the pad save. And he covers for another drop. St. Martin wins it. The shot goes wide, and a hit by Powers on Peterson as that shot was fired in. And now a penalty going to be called from the neutral zone. The Green Wave will go shorthanded. The goalie Bates doesn't know it. The extra attacker isn't a factor there, Tony.
Yeah, it looks like he was kind of worrying about what was going on behind him, and you know, he had about 5 seconds where they might have been able to pull somebody out. Peterson took the shot.
Merrick to stop into the netting. So WEB will have their first power play opportunity of the game.
And with 5:40 to go in the second, I would say this is a huge power play for them.
John Halpin, the offending Green Wave.
They're going to crawl back into this one. It's got to start somewhere.
St. Martin able to clear it off of the faceoff. Now Quinn comes up with it short-handed, looking for St. Martin in front. It is intercepted by Pachetti, 3-on-2 for Webb. Pachetti lost it on the backhand, kept in though, swung back to Pachetti on the near side half wall.
This is where they need to calm down and slow it down and find open men.
Pachetti now gives to Perry.
Not a good opportunity right there. Not a good quality shot.
And now short-handed, here goes Jake Quinn. He had it go underneath the heel of his stick. The pass just offline from Evan St. Martin. St. Martin finds it though. He fires in on Bates. The rebound, Quinn scores! A short-handed goal for the Abington Green Wave. Put them up 5-0, 4:50 to go here in the second period.
All started with a poor shot on the power play. You have a 5-on-4. You don't take a quality shot. It gets blocked, thrown the other way. Quinny's up by the red line, and even though he didn't get the initial pass, they stuck with it and centered it out front, started it all.
5-0 Green Wave on top. Quinn backhanding his second goal of the game in. This one short-handed. The assist to Evan St. Martin. A beautiful pass from Quinn to St. Martin. Set up the initial shot that Quinn found the rebound of. There's another WEB goalie dressed tonight. That is Brody Pack. He has not appeared in a game yet this season.
You know, and yeah, maybe at some point DeRico will make the change just to spark some life, but I don't put maybe one of these on Bates. I don't really put anything on him though. This is Abington getting the pucks and West East Bridgewater not. And that just happened again right there. And here comes the breakout. Short-handed.
1 second on the power play as Wilkinson gets taken down.
Good hit by Brew.
Stayed down, and then
there's a trip.
Just trip or
gotta walk away. Gotta walk away. You want to keep the power play.
This will be Wilkinson going to the box. So WEB fresh off of a power play opportunity. That was Peterson that got taken down. .332 in the period, 2 minutes on the power play clock.
Abington's giving him chances. Got to capitalize, though.
Crocker unable to win the defensive zone faceoff. Here's Martineau. He goes D to D to Patetti. Now Butchergross deflecting it down low and comes up with possession. Tried to fling it out backhanded. McDonald stops it. And now McDonald's far side half wall. His cross slot pass broken up by Cullen Crocker.
Well, that was a good look by Kyle. He had the back door, but Crocker made a nice tip on that.
Teddy now at the near side point. Shot in on Merrick. He makes the glove stop.
Decent chance by Peterson. Decent movement by WEB.
.124 to go on the power play. 2:55 in the period. Good stop by Martineau at the blue line. Now Patetti tees one up, fakes the slap pass. Perry gives it back to Patetti. Patetti fires in this time, and it is deflected off the stick of Crocker high to the end glass.
Patetti had Perry back door, didn't see him.
Good passing here for WEB. That one deflected by Butchergross. Now Peterson out in front. It is into the netting.
Good movement there. Got a good look at the net. That's all you can ask. Well, I mean, I guess you could ask for a goal, but
you can ask.
That might help.
Spencer Merrick will tell you no, but you can ask him.
You can ask. Never hurts to ask.
You're just going to remember to say please. St. Martin will have the edge here in the foot race. He's got Quinn, and the shot deflected wide. A good defensive play there for Webb. Patetti back the other way. These guys are turning on the Jets. The drop pass didn't connect. Abington back the other way. It's St. Martin again. He tried the self-pass, broken up by Martineau. Now a shot, glove save, Merrick. He covers the rebound. Certainly an area that he excels in is rebound control or not allowing a rebound altogether.
Yeah, a decent shot by Luke. You know, maybe carry it in a little bit more, try to look for that trailer. Again, it all depends on who you're playing. If it's some, run-of-the-mill goalie, throw it on net. But Spencer, it's a little bit tougher to do that, so you really got to pick your spots.
1:52 to go in the period. 21 seconds remaining on the Webb power play. And Hunter Grafton will prevent an offensive opportunity. Hunter Grafton still dangling with it. He's got Powers on the far side of the crease. And WEB back the other way, but they've only got 3 seconds on the man advantage. Martineau far side wing.
Got to get rid of that puck earlier.
Back to even strength. Powers blocking the pass, and now almost with a 2-on-1, but Peterson got in the way of it. Quinn feathers down into the offensive zone, gathered there by Patetti. Off the far side glass. And a penalty for boarding?
I got to say.
Elbowing? That was soft.
That was weak. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, I can be objective for both teams here. That was absolutely weak.
Right in front of the official, we did not see it on the cameras away from the play. There was a little bit of contact.
I don't get it. I can't tell you that was a penalty because it wasn't.
This game's not that out of hand that a call like that needs to be made.
Not at all. I don't know. Maybe we got to WEB alum wearing the stripes today.
Powers in the box.
But you got to do something with those power plays. Bing's given him 3 in the last, 8 minutes or so. Haven't done anything with it but allow a shorthanded goal. So
special teams coming up big for the Green Wave today. They have 2 special teams goals. Shorty in the first power play goal of the game. 50 seconds to go in the period. There is a full minute on a fresh sheet of ice for WEB should they not score before the end of the period.
That was actually a good call by the ref. Butchergrass was trying to let that go to make it look like an icing. It was pretty smart.
30 seconds to go. Martineau in the neutral zone. Quinn giving him all sorts of fits. Now Perry gains the zone. Swept away by Wilkinson with 17. Martineau waiting for it at the point. Calling for it. He's not going to get it. Butchergrass has it. He sends it along the boards, and Abington's just going to dribble it out. End of the second period. It is 5-0. Green Wave remain on top.
Yeah, I have no words. Like I said, WB can start out slow at times. I've never seen him start this slow, though. This is a pretty big hole that they're in.
They started to have some offensive chances there in the second period, Tony, but Spencer Merrick was able to shut them down each and every time.
Yeah. I mean, they worked the puck well in a couple of those power plays. Thought they might have had something going. Spencer steps up, makes a couple good saves. All of a sudden goes the other way. Shorthanded goal, and looks like it could have taken some of the wind out of their sails on that one.
5-0 Abington on top at the end of the second period. We're going to step aside, take a quick break, and bring you third period action right after this. Hello and welcome back into Rockland Ice Arena for third period action between the West East Bridgewater Hockey Club and the Abington Green Wave. Once again, I am Mad Dog Matt Nelson, joined alongside by Tony Patetti. It is 5-0 Green Wave. Tony, for the next 2 minutes, you are Coach Mike D'Erico. What did you tell your team in that break?
I am telling them you got to claw back into this thing, and you don't make it get out of hand. You show some pride and, be the team that you know you can be. They've been erratic all year, but you have a good period. You try to take it one goal at a time and see what happens. But I would probably load up my first line and just go from there and try to get some offensive opportunities.
On the other side of the sheet, you are now Coach Brian Woodford. What did you tell your team?
Same thing I said in the second period. Don't take your foot off the gas. They didn't. They still pressed. They still did all the good things that was working in the first. Maybe took a few more penalties than they wanted to, but they still limited the opportunities that were getting in on Spencer. And when he did have to make a save, he did.
Speaking of penalties, WEB has a full minute of power play time to start this period on the fresh sheet of ice. There is now 30 seconds remaining in that man advantage. Quinn is going to prevent at least another 5 to 10 seconds of a WEB breakout by getting a shorthanded shot off. The Green Wave has scored 1 shorthanded and 1 power play goal today. Teddy circling the wagons around the end wall. His shot blocked on its way in by Wilkinson's skate, and he flings it all the way down the river.
Well, nobody's moving around, and the result was throwing a bad pass into traffic and coming right back the other way.
Declan McCarthy tried to step in on it, and now Patetti back at the blue line. He has shifted back and forth between forward and defense a little bit this game. He was just lined up on the left side point.
Yeah, probably because it was a power play. He's probably going to get a breather now.
Turnover, McCarthy fires it on Bates, stick save, rebound is still loose, and McCarthy chips it home.
Beat to another puck, give up a juicy rebound, and another goal.
No help for Bates there.
Probably should have had that one.
Made a good initial stop. McCarthy found it out front. Took one swipe at it. There were 3 WEB skaters surrounding Bates, and nobody made a move to play the puck.
Nope. Making a goaltending change.
This is now Brody Pack appearing in his first game this season. .21 remaining in the third period. Well, not much keeping your foot on the gas, then coming out in less than 2 minutes into the third frame, adding yet another insurance goal for the Green Wave.
Yep. Saw an opportunity, they took it. As well they should.
Powers dumps down low. The McCarthy line is out. Shot is guided aside by, now it's Pack. I was going to say Bates again. Sam McDonald, near side half wall. Deflected left back for Christian Bates, and now it gets spun all the way down in on Pack. Powers lost it.
Good play by Peterson.
Peterson 2-on-1. The shot gloved down by Merrick. The rebound is deflected to the end wall.
He had Bates open on that right. Could have been a pass. Peterson must have thought he had that right side.
Hunter Grafton now chasing it back and losing it. Now Peterson trying to spark some Webb offense. Looking far slot for number 10. That is Ben Fuller, the defenseman.
Good tip.
Deflected in, and another good stop by Spencer Merrick.
Good save by Spencer there on the deflection by Pimentel.
One-timer blocked away, and then a collision. Halpin got tied up. With Peterson, and I don't know why they blew a whistle.
I don't know. Brett looks a little shaken up, though. He looks like his shoulder's in pain. And this will be something Dorico will have to monitor because Brett won't come off the ice. I'll tell you that right now. Tough kid.
So we'll keep an eye on that. Again, not sure why that play was blown dead. There was no penalty called.
I don't know. I mean, did the board come loose over there or the gate? I don't know. Was kind of strange.
This one deflected off the ref's skate again. The second time that's happened in that neck of the woods of the ice. John McGrath gives to Wilkinson. Now Matthew Grafton up for McGrath.
Beat to another puck.
Sent out in front and cleared away by Jack Pimentel. The fourth line's getting some action here. Wilkinson gets taken up and under. And now Wilkinson comes up with the loose puck. 10:15 to go, third period.
It's the little things. They're just finding space and finding guys.
Shot blocked away by Buchagras. It came from the stick of Evan Brew. Grafton spins back and will change out all five. Fire wagon change for the Green Wave. Green Wave forcing another turnover in the WEB zone. Now Sam McDonald pressuring for it, and WEB finally able to spin it all the way down. That will go for an icing with 9:23 remaining.
like DeRico's mixing in a bunch of reserves on 3 different lines from what I can see.
Teddy tossed into the skate of Declan McCarthy. Now it's John Halpin. This one sent up and out. Sam McDonald finds it at the attacking blue line. He dangles softly in on Pack. The rebound spun just far of the wide post. Just wide of the far post, sorry. All set up by yet another turnover. Now Powers gets run into at the blue line by Patetti. Not often you see Powers take a hit. Patetti got the better of the contact. Now Powers with the puck, driving down low, and a penalty out in front. As McDonald got tied up with 2 Webb players. It is top defensive pairing Caleb Silva in the box for a hook. 8:19 to go, third period. Jake Quinn in the power play unit will attempt the PAT here. Out in front, St. Martin sent just wide. Pack might have gotten a blocker on it. St. Martin had 2 Webb players on him, and now Quinn is offsides by a couple of inches. St. Martin couldn't get back.
I coached Brody a little bit over the summer league. Had him and a couple of the other goalies, and one thing I will tell you is that kid will do anything to try and keep the puck out of the net. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter. Some of it's textbook, some of it's not, but
Quinn the rebound chance.
He will never give up on the play.
Still loose. St. Martin couldn't get it on his forehand. He tried to fire off a shot from the near side hash marks. Now the Quinn wraparound special. That is blocked away. A couple of great chances for the top line of the Green Wave. All right, Pack was sprawled all over the place there trying to keep it out.
Yeah, WB looks like they might be waving the white flag.
Grafton spins and shoots, and Pack sticks his glove over it. Offensive zone face-off win for the Green Wave. Butchergross fired it looking for St. Martin. Didn't connect. Now Butchergross on the far side at the point. Quinn able to recover possession. Grafton dangling and unable to force it in was St. Martin. Grafton recovers the puck. Quinn down low. Butchergross keeps it in.
WB's chasing. No structure on the box.
Now Martineau on the near side half wall. Wilkinson turns and shoots. Loose in front. Grafton scores.
And that one's totally on the defenseman. Can't stick your leg out on a play like that. Goalie has no chance when it takes an errant deflection.
Couple of offensive zone turnovers again. Wilkinson found it at the blue line, fired it in.
Now they've given up. You can see it.
Packed the initial stop there, and waiting right in front was Hunter Grafton for his second of the day. Good glove save by Merrick. Green Wave have put up now more touchdowns than the Matt Patricia-led Patriots offense.
Sad but true.
Sean Duggan, the 8th grader, getting some time here for the Green Wave as the 4th line on. Colin McDermott, the center, and Damani De Jesus on the other wing. Offsides called against WEB. Green Wave student section calling for backup goaltender Jack Houghton.
No, you're not going to mess with the shutout.
Good stop there by Pack. So now that we're all completely unbiased in the NFL playoffs, who do you like?
Let's see. I mean, you got to go with the Chiefs. They're always a favorite. San Fran looks great on the other side. So, I mean, if I had to put money down, it would be San Fran and Kansas City. But it's probably the obvious answer, right?
See, I like the Bengals.
Yeah. They're playing a little bit better.
Can only imagine what would happen if LSU was able to lure Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson a year or two before they did.
Crazy.
They might have won another national championship or two.
I know.
Only together for 1 year.
Such talents.
This is Duggan, McDermott. Crocker is the veteran presence on that line. Perry gains his own. Crocker backhands it out into the neutral zone. 5:25 to go. Patetti gains the zone, makes a nice stick move to get around Jacob Whitman, and then Whitman goes down. A one-timer fired in by Perry. It rattles the end glass, and WB still has it in the offensive zone. Patetti turns and fires.
Good chance there. Missed the net.
Powers now the other way. The defenseman driving towards net. He goes Bobby Orr over Brody Pack, who had the puck underneath his glove. .451 to go here in the third period. Neutral zone face-off. The Abington penalty box door was open, thus the delay. McCarthy wins the neutral zone face-off, picked up though by Patetti. In and out of the glove of Patetti. Or Pack, excuse me, that was number 12. Matthew Grafton with the latest Abington shot. This one shot high and wide, might have deflected. De Jesus Halpin now. Nick Harris is the third defensive pairing getting their first minutes of the evening here. Halpin looks like he's moved up to forward. He's with Declan McCarthy and De Jesus. Meanwhile, Harrison Whitman, the defensive pairing. Shot off of the iron again. Second post of the day for Patetti.
Yeah, they can't buy a goal. One of those nights. It's just not going to go in.
Harris on his backside. On top of the puck. Abington comes away with it. Matthew Grafton gains the zone. Drops back to De Jesus. He shoots. Pack the save. And McCarthy couldn't find the rebound. Another piece of iron, it sounded like.
Well, if you caught that, Perry tried to bat it in the net with his hand, trying to do anything. A lot of frustration out there. You can see it.
McDermott gaining the zone. 2:48 to go in the third. Butchergrass, and this one kicks up to the blue line where Campino stops it. McGrath over to the goal line now. Colin McDermott out in front looking for Pino. Doesn't connect. Sent all the way down. Icing the call. I want to thank someone we know that tunes in each and every game. I'm sure she mutes the volume so she doesn't have to hear my voice. Spencer Merrick's great-grandmother, 91 years old. Learned how to use YouTube. Tunes into every single Abington Cam live stream. Nana Nee, thank you, as always, for watching. Always gets excited with the shout-out. And now a last-second goal for John McGrath, getting his first tally of the season. Another rebound left out in front, out of reach of Pack, and the defense didn't close on it. Right off the face-off, McDermott sent it in. And there for the second chance was John McGrath in his 7th game of the season. .210 remains. 8-0 Green Wave on top. McDermott keeps it on sides. Fires one in, lost his stick in doing so. Campino now. Gaining the zone, Caleb Silva. Blocked away in front by Aiden Powers. So if you're WEB, Tony, you're now 5-4-0.
Yep.
When's the next game?
I believe Cohasset on Saturday.
How do you turn this one into that one?
The only thing I would say is you had a god-awful game, and you got to move on. And it's going to happen sometimes. I don't think anybody expected this at all. And they just need to put it behind them. If they don't, they have a mean stretch of games coming up where they're going to be looking at Cohasset and Silver Lake. Rockland's in there somewhere. Dartmouth, I believe. So, you got to kind of rebound quickly. You got to put yourself back together and try to get something squared away at practice over these next 2 days and come out firing and maybe topple a team that you might not be favored against.
Meanwhile, a full 2 minutes of 5-on-3 here for the Abington Green Wave. Matt Martineau initially went in for interference, and then there was a follow-up penalty for unsportsmanlike, and the Green Wave send out what looks like their 4th power play unit here. Good save by Pack. He didn't know where the puck was, and then
this is nothing
a couple
but
swipes after the
bad hockey.
Whistle.
It's bad hockey. It's frustration, emotions. Just
let's see if we can put together the pieces of who's out there for the Green Wave. Sean Duggan's on the left. It is Matthew Grafton at center. Amani De Jesus, Wilkinson, and Butchergrass. Pass broken up once again. Grafton flying in. And now taken back by Silva. 40 seconds to go into the game. Another save by Spencer Merrick. Meanwhile, if you're the Green Wave, kudos to how they handled that break over New Year's. After getting dominated by Silver Lake, they've turned it into a very impressive effort here in their next game tonight.
It's you don't know what you're going to get when you come out of a break, and you couldn't have asked for a better effort coming out of a whatever it was 7-10 day layoff, and they showed up. They were ready to go. They wanted to play, and it showed all night.
Well, we thank all of our viewers for showing up, as always, on Abington Community Access and Media, this stream and every stream. If you miss one of our streams, maybe want to watch the game back, AbingtonCam.tv, the place to go for on-demand video, government meetings, bulletin board information, and more. The buzzer sounds. Spencer Merrick has a shutout here for the first time this season, I believe. And they mob him. 8-0 the final, Tony.
Yeah, no, it's a great effort by the Green Wave. They started out strong, never looked back. WEB has some soul searching to do over the next couple days, that's for sure.
Well, it was the top line that really had a majority of the chances, but everybody chipped in. St. Martin, Quinn, and Grafton each had at least one goal. McGrath adds his first goal of the season. And that is where we'll leave you. 8-0 the final score. The Abington Green Wave back in the win column, defeating the West East Bridgewater Hockey Club tonight. They're back in action this weekend at the Bridgewater Ice Arena against the Middleborough Sachems. WEB back at it also on Saturday, Tony.
Yep, they'll be taking on Cohasset at Connell.
South Shore League, pretty good hockey as always. 8-0 the final here from Rockland tonight. We thank you for tuning in. I want to thank our cameraman for bringing you the sights and sounds from the Rockland Ice Arena tonight, the one, the only, Liam Murphy. On behalf of everyone here at Abington Community Access and Media. My broadcast partner, Tony Patetti. I'm Mad Dog Matt Nelson. We will see you next game.